Hi everyone, welcome to my video. My name is Jim Jakiko. In this video, we will test ChatGPT's accuracy and reliability in answering fundamental questions regarding CSR. For this exercise, I asked ChatGPT, is philanthropy a form of CSR? And it responds, yes, philanthropy can be a form of corporate social responsibility, but it is only one aspect of a broader CSR framework. Here's why. Philanthropy involves charitable contributions such as donating money, goods, or services to social causes, communities, or nonprofit organizations. Examples include funding scholarships, supporting disaster relief, or contributing to health initiatives. CSR, on the other hand, is a more comprehensive concept that encompasses the ethical and sustainable operations of a business. It includes philanthropy, but also focuses on environmental sustainability, ethical labor practices, community engagement, and responsible governance. Philanthropy fits into the community involvement pillar of CSR. It reflects a company's voluntary effort to support societal well-being beyond their direct business interests. However, there are limitations to philanthropy alone. Relying solely on philanthropy does not fulfill the broader objectives of CSR, which aim to integrate social and environmental considerations into the company's core operations. A company that donates generously but pollutes the environment or exploits labor would not be considered a good corporate citizen. In conclusion, while philanthropy is a form of CSR, it is not synonymous with CSR. Effective CSR involves a strategic, holistic approach to balancing profit with positive social and environmental impact. When asked whether philanthropy is a form of CSR, ChatGPT answered yes, but clarified that it is only one element of a broader social responsibility model, which extends beyond simple corporate generosity. The generator then went on to delineate the two concepts and outline the limitations of philanthropy alone. I agree with this assessment of philanthropy within the larger CSR framework that we learned throughout this course. Equating philanthropy with CSR is a limited view which deflects responsibility away from corporations, despite the massive influence they wield in our modern socioeconomic system. From a philanthropy exclusive perspective, doing good becomes voluntary action for corporations rather than a bare minimum that businesses need to meet if they wish to participate in our economy and society. This approach is in line with the instrumental model of CSR, a largely outdated view that posits economic stimulation and wealth generation, largely for investors and not the communities in which they operate, are enough intervention for companies regardless of any harmful impacts to workers, the community, and the environment. Instead, ChatGPT views philanthropy as one of the ingredients of a well-designed CSR strategy, which additionally encompasses environmental sustainability, ethical labor practices, community engagement, and responsible governance. This view is aligned with more complex models of CSR, such as the social demandingness and social activism models, and recognizes that there are bottom lines that corporations need to protect, such as people and the planet. For instance, a company that donates heavily to a specific cause while abstaining from transformative action so that such philanthropy would eventually no longer be necessary cannot in good conscience claim any degree of corporate citizenship. CSR, as defined by the EU Commission, requires the integration of social and environmental concerns in daily business operations. Philanthropy can happen without such integration and outside of any social responsibility interests, other than donating money for corporate image purposes. Indeed, making regular donations to specific causes without making meaningful change within a business has nothing to do with the true meaning of CSR. Having said that, it raises the question of whether or not corporate philanthropy is actually exclusive to CSR. On a personal level, this perspective makes sense. Many large donors to charities that serve the poor, such as World Vision International, are high net worth individuals who exercise a limited passive role in the cause. They must maintain their financial standing in order to continue donating to such causes, and in doing so, help reinforce the economic status quo of income inequality that makes child poverty possible in the first place. Von Schnurbein et al. Proposed to demarcate corporate giving from corporate social responsibility because of the different characteristics between the two. The authors cite three different dimensions that separate the two concepts. There's motivation, nature, and scope. Motivation speaks to what compels corporations to engage in either action. Philanthropy is considered voluntary and discretionary and allows freedom for companies to engage in specific causes to reflect a moral commitment. CSR, on the other hand, is increasingly regulated and at times mandatory. Here, the motivation is external, as other entities than the business decide standards and practices that it must adhere to. There's also the idea of instrumental versus non-instrumental nature. Philanthropy is considered non-instrumental as it is distinct from core business functions and focuses instead on altruism and goodwill. CSR is instrumental in the sense that such initiatives are tied to corporate strategy as a way to enhance reputation and reduce risks while maintaining the company's status as a socially responsible business through sustainability and ethical practices. For scope, philanthropy offers a wider array of possible causes available for support as it is not directly tied to business operations. For instance, a fashion retailer may choose to support childhood education, even though its day-to-day operations have nothing to do with the cause. In a CSR model, such a company can only support causes that may be directly supported through meaningful change in the way it conducts business. Overall, I believe philanthropy could be used as a way to extend corporate citizenship beyond the perceived limits of CSR. It allows businesses to support causes beyond its line of sight without necessarily abandoning its obligations to its direct and indirect stakeholders.